Okay, so I'm not used to making videos, and I know my throat is real raspy in the morning, and my voice is hard of hearing. It's deep in the morning. But I woke up thinking, I've never done these videos, but I kind of got the idea from my sister. I don't like proving anything to anybody. I'm just me. I often wondered through my life, why me? I'm sure a lot of people think, and a lot of things much worse happen to a lot of people. But to get to the bottom of what I'm feeling is I woke up this morning. First I first I went to bed in prayer, praying for the very people who think things about me. I got a phone call from a person I admire yesterday from some posts that I had on my Facebook, and the person made me see clearly how I know I don't owe anybody any explanation or I don't owe anybody anything. But because I am the person that I am, I wear my feelings out on my sleeve, as you all know. I love hard. I love my family. I love my friends. I've had the same friends in my life since I was a little kid. That'll tell you how hard I love. I I have many, many nieces and many, many nephews. I have a large family. I have a lot of sisters and I have a lot of brothers. I'm an auntie of people, of nieces and nephews that are much older than me because I have older sisters and brothers, much, much older. In fact, some of my sisters and brothers are older than my own mother. So, therefore, their children are older than me. So, I'm some of their kids' ages, and we're close in age. And I feel that's where the problem comes in. I love my nieces and I love my nephews, but I am not going to allow my family anymore to make me feel as though I'm the one. I let it go. All the things with my nephew, he knows exactly who I'm talking about. I pray and I pray because I love that very nephew to death. But what I did learn is that you cannot make nobody love you. And my attitude might seem ugly from the outside looking in, but it's an attitude that I have had to adapt. It's a change that the Lord has had to make in me, and I had to understand. I walked around for many, many years of my life forgiving people, but I didn't understand forgiveness in the correct manner. I thought that when you forgive, you continually deal with a person based on you have forgiven them. But I thought you forgive them and you just move forward. But I didn't know that when you forgive people, that you did not have to deal with them any longer. And I didn't know about loving people from a distance. I didn't know about that. I thought you forgive, and then when God allows you to forgive, you move in a manner of, I've forgiven you. Okay, let's go back to being normal or whatever our normal or our regular is. But that's only for the person who has forgiven. Now you can go right back to being around the person that you have forgiven that have done you wrong, and continually deal with them up until the point where you're forgiving, but they're still the same person. Because God has changed you and allowed you to forgive does not mean that God is working in that person's life who you have forgiven, which means you have forgiven them, but the next time something happens and they wrong you, now it's something worse than what it was the time before. Now we running into dangerous territory. Because am I going to keep loving and keep forgiving to the point where I allow people to physically harm me? And now when you physically harm me, somebody can get killed. It can be me. I'm not talking from a point of me being the killer, or me being the one that caused harm to someone that has wronged me. And that's something that I had to learn because I love my life. And although I love my family, I am not going to allow my family or my friends to kill me. So I've learned to forgive, to continually love, but keep it pushing, and to love y'all from a distance. But the things that I see, especially from a particular person that I know that I have nothing but love for, it's hurtful for people that you love to continually attack you. And I can't keep putting it in words. I can't keep saying how I feel. I'm finna start making these videos just like Shantae and everybody else. I'm gonna let you know how I feel. And it's not just about y'all. You know, my life really changed when that dude Nipsey Hussle got murdered because it let me know you better examine who you are trusting around you. And I was too trusting of a person. I thought everybody was my friend. When someone didn't like me, it made me feel like me? Wow, what did I do? Like, you cannot possibly dislike me. Like, that was how naive I was. But when I learned of a man who gave all of himself to his family and to his friends, and to learn that somebody who was in a picture with you blew the back of your head off, made me re examine even my husband. I do not play with people. I don't set out. I don't get on the phone and gossip. I do not talk about people. So I'm not going to have people like that in my life. And when I tell you, when that stuff happened, I re examined everybody in my life and I cut people off. I do not play with the breath that God gave me. He did not give my breath for y'all to take away from me. I love you, but I'm going to love you from a distance. It's not about, oh, I like to kick it. I like to party. And, Tasha, she too serious and we don't like having her around. Baby, I got a house. I got two cars, I got a backyard, and I'm not faking. I got a husband that loved me. I got 5 kids, 2 grandkids. I got a son-in-law that loves my daughter dearly, and I'm happy about that. And I got a new grandchild on the way. That's enough. That's what God measured me. That's what he measured me to be happy. And what I learned about my nephew that I love dearly, that I used to be with every single weekend, that's his life. That's how he likes to live. I'm not superimposing myself on anyone's life, anyone's household, their children and their kids anymore. Y'all welcome to come over here and drink with me and eat with me. And when I say drink, I mean a Pepsi. I mean a Sprite. Okay? Because I'm sick. I can't do all that liquor every single weekend. I might have a margarita. I might sip on a beer with my husband, and that's fine. And if you like to do that, I got my fire pit out back. I got my barbecue pit out back. If y'all want to have a good time, y'all can come over here. But me going anywhere else where I am imposing myself on people that do not really want me around, because it is absolutely hurtful to be around people and not even realize that these very people don't want you around. They're all talking amongst each other. Something my husband said to me after I cried my heart out to him one day. And my husband hugged me and he said, Tasha, I promise you, I won't ever let nobody hurt you again. My husband told me one day I was at this particular place where we used to attend every Friday, and me and him had an argument. And he said, Tasha, you jumped in your car and drove off, and I was asking you what was wrong. He said, I sat in my car after you left. I sat on the hood of my car. This is my family's house. He said, I sat there in that court on that in that driveway on the hood of my car. And he said, some dude that we all know walked up to him and said, why you looking like that? You don't like her either, huh? And my husband told me that just about broke my soul. It broke my heart to know that you indicated and had the nerve to walk up to my husband and indicated that everybody at that house where I had been obviously had been talking about how they had disliked me. And for my husband to tell me that, it made me believe that the person that walked up to him from the outside looking in believed that he didn't love me. See? And people don't know a lot of the things that is said to me, and I still love, and I still forgive, and I still love them to this day. But what I will not allow nobody to do is kill me. When I die, it's going to be of old age, a illness in my body, a car accident, or something like that. But it will not be at the hands of someone that I called a friend, a family member. None of that. If you feel any way toward me, stay the hell away from me. If I invite you to something and you know you got an inkling of a feeling of disdain, dislike, or whatever for me, just don't come. Don't come. Don't come. It's okay. Don't come. Because I'm not going to let y'all take a knife. You might believe this or you might not believe it about me, but God gave me a gift. About 7, 8 years ago, I had a dream that somebody walked up to me, and I ain't going to say no names, and stuck a knife in my back and twisted it. Now, me being the person that I am and having the dreams that I have had, telling things to come, and anybody who know me can vouch for me right now to this day. I have dreams and I know things. That might sound crazy, but it's a gift from God. And what that dream told me is you watch out. and know how to interpret them too. It doesn't necessarily mean it will be a physical knife, but it's a betrayal. And it's a betrayal at the highest level. And I am very aware, and I walk around with things that I know that make it difficult for me to hold my peace. And me being who I am, why should I hold my peace? I'm not fearful. I'm not fearful of what any human can do to me, but what I do have is the fear of the Lord. And I do know that Satan exists. I can be as good and as loving and love the Lord as much as I want to. That has nothing to do with the evil that you people allow to lurk in your hearts and especially in your mind, because it starts in your mind first and then it infects your heart like cancer. And when I tell you, just like me, I got to have the Lord in my life every single day. I have to have a word from the Lord every day, because if I don't, those are them days y'all see me go off because my mind get to thinking I'm at home from a work injury. I'm messed up over here. And everybody know it. But you think that stop attacks? No, it don't. But I'm going to tell you something, Kate. None of y'all compete with God. So stop trying, because it's not me who dwells in me. It's the Holy Spirit that dwells in me. And I don't have to prove that to anyone. You'll see. You'll see. And I just pray for y'all. I pray for all of my family and my friends that y'all will one day know, not just walking in a church and hearing what a preacher, and I'm talking about a man, has to say, but I'm talking about your personal developed relationship with the Lord. And I'm talking about what God has to say. I pray for all of y'all to experience that, because I have. I have, and I try to share it with people. But when I try to share things, people feel they don't want to listen to what I have to say. But you'll see. I have nothing to prove to anyone. People be all day, oh, don't post your business on Facebook. You look like a clown, and you look like this, and you look like that. I could look like whatever I look like to y'all, but I'm going to tell you how I look to the Lord. Okay? I don't care what y'all think, but I'm going to tell you what God thinks. I'm an obedient bondservant to him, not to y'all. So I want y'all to remember that. When you feeling insecurities inside yourself that make you feel, not just even insecurities, but things that you go through in life that make you feel like you got to lash out at others, give it to God. Because really, the person you lashing out at is not really the issue. The issue is something that you feel inside that you need help with, but a lot of people don't want to admit that. And I admitted I needed help with my anger issues, being angry at people outside of my house when I knew what I was angry about. And I dealt with that. I dealt with my mind, and my mind is good. I'm good here. My heart is good. And that's all y'all need to know. I don't feel anything toward any of y'all. And I never have walked around with love. I don't accept friendships on Facebook from people that I do not care about. There is not one friend that I have on my Facebook, and I will state that again, that I have not had some type of interaction. My sisters, my family, people I have met, At some point, I must care about you because you're here. Otherwise, I'd have deleted you. Not that my friendship means the world to you, but I'm saying from my perspective, because I should be able to communicate with people I care about. Y'all know me already. So you already know my little antics. You know how I feel about things. I have nieces and nephews that I'm getting to know because my family is so extended and so big that I'm getting to know, that I want to know. And I love them. They bear the name Davis. That name comes from my father. These are my father's grandchildren, and I'm their aunties, and they're there so I can know because I want to know them, and I love them. I love all of y'all, my friends on my Facebook and my family. So if you feel any way toward me, delete yourself off this thing because I don't want nobody in my life coming at me with shots. I don't feel like that stuff no more. I am 47 years old and I'm sick. And I don't got no time for what y'all got time for. Why don't you do what I did? I went and gave it to God. That's what I did. And it worked. It works. My work injury has messed me up so bad. I had to go see a psychiatrist because I've done flipped through not being able to, in my mind, not being able to do certain things. And I had to come to accept it. It's not nobody's fault, you know. It's something that I have to deal with. And ain't no need of me being angry. Yeah, I done gained weight and got fat again, lost all the weight, and still trying to go to the gym. I don't care. It's me. I'm me. But I just want y'all to know I love y'all. Whatever issue you have in your heart that you think is coming from me, I love my kids just as much as you love your kids. Um, it ain't no different. So y'all need to stop all that mess. Okay? I love you and have a blessed day. A blessed and be prosperous today.